We are on the road looking for a cool place to get to. Today is Memorial Day 2019, and it is one of those days that they warn you about when you move down south, that there will be days when it's so hot and so miserable that you just want to hide in your house in air conditioning. And we've done that until noon, actually 11 o'clock. We decided to head for the mountains. Akila is not happy about staying in the house all day and not playing outside. I did some really dumb things. I worked on the car all yesterday, and I treated the backyard with weed killer fertilizer yesterday, so he really cannot go into the backyard. Hasn't been able to go into the backyard. Even when I was out there working on the car in the blazing heat, he wasn't allowed out there, and he's pretty pissed about that. So I promised him that we would try to go to the mountains and find some nice, clean, clear, cold water that he could play in, and see what we can do. We did go yesterday up to the Pisgah off-highway vehicle road, where there are a number of Forest Service campgrounds, free Forest Service campgrounds, near the Linville Wilderness, and checked out the campgrounds to see how crowded they were on a major holiday like Memorial Day. So we did that, and there were 3 campsites were full, 3 were fairly empty, 2 would have been easy Aliner use. But before we got out of there, a guy with a van pulled into one of them and started setting up camp. So then there were only 2. So, but it goes to show you that the free campsites, even really nice ones, these are along a nice stream, river, and they're not in full use. The people just don't know them, and there are 2 big groups in the 2 sites that had the bathrooms right there. So today we are trying to go to the backside of South Mountain State Park. That's the state park that I've gone to a couple times that has all the stairs up to the waterfalls. Because the backside of the state park is what they call the Gamelands. So the Gamelands has a lot of dirt roads and stuff, and we will see if there's good 4-wheel driving in there, or a good 4-wheel drive with trailer possibilities in there. I'm sure there's some camping areas in there, I'll bet. Anyways, so that's what we're doing. Let me get on the road here, and we'll see what we find. Bye. So it appears we got here on the backside of South Mountain State Park. They have telephone pole markings, so you know where you are. So there's the map of the Gamelands, and I believe we are up in here. We just came off this road to go up to there. We're side of this little stream. We're gonna ride up and see if there's parking. We're gonna go through that. We'll see if we can get all the way up to here. So we are airing the tires down, hopefully to around 20 pounds. And hopefully that'll make the ride a lot smoother. You can hear the air coming out. Some of them were hissing, some of them weren't. It's a pretty hot day today, so I don't know how that will make filling them back up a big issue, because obviously when it's a lot hotter, they have to be the pressure has to be higher, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that's good. He's going to find a spot so he doesn't stink up the car. He's a good boy. So, we brought them down to about 22, 24. They don't look any different. Boy, it really makes a tremendous difference on this rocky, bumpy road to have the air down on the tires. Climbing up pretty nicely. All this is uphill. Well, we took a little stop here at a designated hunter camping area, I guess. Apparently the hunters like to shoot at the hunter camp sign. But apparently they designate camping areas just like every place else in the world. And this is a nice one. There's a little road across the street from this that I thought we'd walk up, see what's up there. We just had 2 4-wheelers with fathers and kids, I imagine, just go by up this road. It's a pretty steep little road. It's let's see what's up this. Looks like a little road. Looks like somebody's been driving up here anyways. Well, we walked up this little road. There's looks like an old road. Maybe an old log skidder road or something, but I think we're gonna head back down and keep going up. He's all for the idea. He likes being out in the woods. He likes riding in the car in the air conditioning. He can't make up his mind either. It's just fun to go places. All right, back to the car. Oh, she's got a stick. This camping spot's not a bad little spot. It's got a nice little spot. You could back in a trailer, plenty of room between here and the road, and plenty of space really to level a trailer. It's got a nice built-up fireplace. Somebody's been using quite a bit, it looks. Here we are at another little, it's kind of like a pull-off area. It's not really a hunter space or anything like that, but it's near the top, and there's some nice scenery over here, so we thought we'd stop. So that's the mountain in front of us. I'll stop so I'm stuck shaking. That's the mountain in front of us. These are the mountains. Yeah, we're just driving around in here. We seem to be the only ones here, but like I say, it's kind of late afternoon, Memorial Day weekend, so layers and layers of mountains. But it's pretty up here. It's nice and cool. It's not real cool. It's probably 75, but the humidity's not as bad. You know what? Major mistake here. I'm standing in blueberries, none of which are ripe because it's May, but I'm gonna have to remember this spot. On my left is a very steep gorge that goes down into Never Never Land. I don't know where or why. And that's what we're looking at as we drive along. And this looks like a road that was just put here to... This looks like a road that was just put here for a logger or something. Must have got pretty wiped out in the last storm or something. We have turned around and we are headed back down off the mountain. Though we hear a lot of water over here as we were driving by, so I figured we'd stop and come and see what we got over here. This looks like a neat little camping area that's on this huge horseshoe curve. And but this looks like an area that occasionally overflows, floods, and causes great problems. Pretty stuff. You don't need to see my face while I try to figure out how to get down off this little ridge here. The brat, he found the water pretty quick. Little babbling brook, a couple of little waterfalls. A lot of these little creatures in the air everywhere. Oh, he found water, he's happy. He's trying to follow the stream up. It comes around this little island of rock, and it must be quite a washout when it rains, because there's a lot of debris piled up in places from floodwaters that, you know, you don't see these unless it's like really pushing stuff around. Are you getting a drink? Yeah. He says he'd rather play with it than drink it. That'd probably be nice, clean, clear water if it had muddy paws in it. I don't know, we'll have to come back here. This is one of those places that, like, you know, it's almost 5 o'clock. We need to get home. It's about an hour and a half from here, but this is a really neat area. Look at these stones on the side of the little stream. They're all piled up here. Probably a good place for rattlesnakes and things like that. I don't usually worry about those kind of things because, I don't know, I've seen enough of them and they don't bother me, and usually they're more worried about me than I am about them. Where'd the brat go? I'm worried about him. Oh, there he is. Alright, let's get back to the car. See all that dirt? It's a dirty road.